Family court files when your child starts pulling away. How to respond to lies, loyalty conflicts, and alienating behaviors without pushing your child further away. Oh, your child used to run into your arms. They used to call you. They wanted to tell you what happened at school. They wanted you when they were hurt, scared, excited, or proud. And then something begins to change. Maybe they stop answering your texts. Maybe they suddenly seem angry. Maybe they repeat accusations that don't sound like them. Maybe they tell you things about yourself that simply aren't true. Or maybe you hear the sentence that terrifies so many parents: I don't want to see you anymore. If this is happening to you, I want you to understand something very important. Your child's behavior is information. It is not necessarily a verdict on your relationship. A child can pull away from a parent and still be deeply attached to that parent. A child can say, I hate you, while simultaneously needing desperately to know, are you still there? One of the biggest mistakes parents make in this moment is responding to the child's words without understanding what may be happening underneath. Today, I'm going to teach you what to do when your child begins pulling away in the context of family conflict, coercive control dynamics, domestic violence by proxy, abuse, or alienating behaviors. We're going to talk about what not to do, what to say, what to document, and how to preserve connection, and how to become the parent your child can safely return to. Part 1, stop trying to win the argument. Imagine your child comes home and says, Dad says you took all his money, or Mom says you don't really care about me, or you're the reason our family broke up. Your nervous system immediately wants to respond, that's not true. You want to explain, you want to show your child the emails, you want to tell them what actually happened, you may even want to tell them everything the other parent has done. Don't, at least not in the moment, because your child is not standing in front of you as the judge who needs evidence. Your child is standing in front of you as a child caught in the middle of an adult conflict. If you immediately counterattack the allegation, your child may experience you as pulling you into the very conflict they're struggling to try to manage. So instead of your father's lying to you, try, that sounds like a lot for you to be carrying. Instead of your mother manipulated you into believing that lie, you don't have to figure out the problems between the adults, honey. Instead of, after everything I've done for you, how can you believe that? Try, you are allowed to have your feelings. I love you and I'm here. This is not agreeing with a false accusation. It is refusing to make your child responsible for determining which parent is telling the truth. It's not their job. Part 2, listen for the fear beneath the rejection. Parents understandably hear, I don't want to see you, but I want you to become curious about what may exist under that statement. Depending on the circumstances, a child could be thinking, what happens when I go back to the other house? Will someone be angry with me because I had fun with Mom? Can I talk about Dad without upsetting Mom? Am I betraying someone by loving the other parent? Do I have to choose? That is why one of the most important questions isn't simply, why is my child rejecting me? It may be, what does my child believe could happen if they openly love me? That question changes how you respond, because now your goal isn't convincing your child that you're wonderful. Your goal is creating a relationship in which loving you does not require the child to defend you, protect you, or choose you. Part 3, use the presence without agenda protocol. Here's the intervention I want parents to begin practicing. I call it presence without agenda. I've talked about this before because it's so important. Your child needs repeated experience of being with you without having to solve the family conflict. That means don't interrogate, Don't demand explanations. Don't repeatedly ask, why are you doing this? Who told you that? What did Dad say about me? Did Mom tell you not to hug me? Instead, create small moments of emotional safety. Make dinner, drive somewhere, go for a walk with the dog, watch something together. Ask about music, ask about school, sit quietly. Let ordinary life exist. And when your child does talk, listen longer than you speak. You might say, I hear you. You don't have to choose sides with me, honey. You're allowed to love both of your parents. You never have to protect my feelings. You don't have to solve the adult problems. And perhaps most importantly, nothing you say right now will make me stop loving you. Think about the message you're sending. You don't have to perform your loyalty to earn my love. That is extremely powerful for a child who feels caught between parents. Part 4, don't chase the child. This one is incredibly difficult. When you feel your child pulling away, every instinct tells you, do something. Call more, text more, explain more, ask more questions. Demand the parenting time. Tell your child how much you're hurting. But desperation can inadvertently create pressure, and pressure can make an already conflicted child retreat further. So I want you to remember connection without pursuit. You remain present, you remain loving, you remain predictable, you continue appropriate invitations and contact consistent with your circumstances and court orders, but emotionally you do not make your child responsible for reassuring you. Instead of, why won't you answer me? Try, thinking about you, hope your test went well today. Instead of, you obviously don't care about me anymore. Try, I love you, I'm here whenever you're ready. Instead of sending 12 unanswered messages, send one calm, loving message. Then allow space. Steadiness communicates safety. Part 5. Correct false information without attacking the other parent. Now, does this mean you never correct a lie? No. There are times when children need reality, but how you provide reality matters. How you provide reality matters. Right? Your tone of voice, the circumstances in which you reveal that. Suppose your child says, Dad said you didn't want me. You don't need to respond. Your father is a narcissist and a liar. Instead, I'm sorry you're carrying that. I can't speak for what someone else says about me. I can tell you what's true. From me, I love you. I want a relationship with you. And I've continued trying to be part of your life. That's very different. You're giving the child reality without demanding that the child condemn the other parent. When appropriate, keep explanations brief, age-appropriate, factual, and non-retaliatory. Your child should not have to become the jury. Part 6. Document the pattern, not just your pain. While you're protecting the relationship emotionally, you may also need to document what is occurring. And here's where parents often make another mistake. They document, my ex is alienating the child. While that may be true, that's a conclusion. Instead, document observable behavior. For example, August 8th, 6:42 p.m., scheduled parenting time exchange. Child stated, Dad said I don't have to go with you anymore. Father remained in vehicle. Child refused transition. I responded, I love you. You don't have to solve this between two adults. Parenting time did not occur. That's documentation. Another example, August 12th, 7:15 p.m., called child during scheduled communication period. No answer. Sent one text. Hope you had a good day. First day of school. I love you. No response. Document patterns such as missed parenting time, blocked communication, sudden changes in the child's language or behavior, statements made spontaneously by the child, interference with school or medical information, repeated refusal patterns, changes surrounding transitions, and preserve the original communications when relevant. Facts are usually more useful than labels. Part 7, build a professional response before the crisis. If the pattern continues or escalates, don't wait until your relationship with your child has deteriorated dramatically before seeking appropriate support. Depending on your situation, your team might include your attorney, a qualified child therapist, a domestic violence-informed professional like me, a parenting professional, other appropriately qualified professionals involved in your case. But when you speak to professionals, try not to lead only with, my narcissistic ex is alienating my child. Bring the pattern, bring the timeline, bring the communications, bring the changes that you observed, bring your attempts to support your child's relationship with both parents. Then ask, what intervention is appropriate before this relationship deteriorates further? That's a very different conversation. Part 8, your child needs an open door. There is one message I want you to take away from this training today. If your child is pulling away, don't make your child fight their way back to you. Don't punish them emotionally for rejecting you. Don't make reconciliation require an apology. Don't say, now you know I was right. Keep the door open, because children grow, children mature, children question narratives, children remember experiences, and over time they may begin comparing what they were told with what they actually experienced. What do you want them to remember about you? That you pressured them, that you interrogated them, that you demanded loyalty, or Mom kept loving me, Dad never made me choose, I was allowed to come back. That's the relationship you're protecting. The 5-step intervention. So when you notice your child pulling away, remember these 5 steps. 1, regulate, don't react from panic. 2, listen. Look beneath the child's words for fear, pressure, grief, or loyalty conflict. 3, connect. Practice that presence without agenda that I've talked about many times. 4, document. Record observable patterns rather than diagnoses and conclusions. 5, intervene. Bring the pattern to appropriate professionals like me, who are DV informed, before the rupture becomes entrenched. And through all 5, keep the emotional door open. If you're watching this and thinking, this is exactly what's happening with my child, I created Parenting Through Family Court for parents just like you, because this is incredibly difficult to manage when you're trying to understand your child's behavior, manage your own heartbreak, document what's happening, communicate with professionals, and make decisions about what to do next. Inside my Parenting Through Family Court school group, you'll find trainings, resources, Q&As, support from other parents navigating these dynamics, and the option to work with me individually through one-on-one coaching. And I want you to remember, your child's rejection today does not necessarily define your relationship tomorrow. Your job isn't to force your child to choose you. Your job is to remain someone your child can safely choose without fear. Join me inside Parenting Through Family Court. I'll see you inside.